What's up guys, Dimebot here, and we are currently landed at Bixby Port because we are going to check out the Alliance Chieftan. Now, I know I did a video similar to this back during beta, however, ships get changed sometimes when they move from beta to live, so I thought we'd have a look at this now. We're moving from a fully engineered ASP to the Chieftan, so as you can see, we're losing some top speed, boost, jump range. The jump range on the ship is actually fairly pathetic, and we'll get into that in a little while. So this is the base of this ship. Let's go ahead and buy it and store the ASP. Now you're 19 million credits in on this ship, which is not horrible, considering that it fills a nice little combat role in between some of the other ships in the game. So let's take a look at outfitting this thing. And as I said, right off the bat, this ship is going to come with, well, a pretty bad jump range. So let's take a look at what it has on it and what we can do to improve that. So hardpoints comes with a large pulse laser and a medium pulse laser. Nothing to write home about. Utility mounts are obviously going to be empty. Core internal, we're sitting at E-class across the board, except for the fuel tank, and optional internals is much the same thing. Now, one thing that is unique about this ship is the 3 military compartments here. So, let's go ahead and see what we can do about these core internals. First off, this reactor bay. You can drop 6 mil on a 6A, and of course I haven't checked my stored modules to see what might be in here. For example, this shield generator is going to be making the trip over. Probably some of these shield cell banks, and some of this weaponry as well. This is why you hang on to things when you move from ship to ship with your outfitting. Yes, my anti-Xeno weaponry. Alright, so let's go ahead and upgrade the things that we can that are here, so we can go ahead and buy a Class 6A power plant. It's going to bring us up to 25 watts. Exchange the old module. Thrusters. Can do a set of 6As. Frame shift drive. This is going to be the biggie. If we put a 5A in, we're already going to go ahead and get to around 20 light years, so significant improvement there. Life support, I see no reason to change. And you live and die by your power distributor in a combat ship, so go ahead and do that. Now, I'm pretty okay with everything else here. And before we move much further, let's take a look at the thrusters. Now, I actually don't have the items I need, but remember guys, you can pin blueprints and go ahead and work on things from pretty much anywhere. There is no broker here, so we're going to have to actually go travel to take care of that. Let's go to our optionals. Now, 5E cargo rack, not really, and I'm not a fan of a 5E shield generator, so we're going to go ahead and sell this. I'm going to swap this. And I'm going to go ahead and have this 6A shield generator, which is also modified, sent over. It'll take about an hour, but it's definitely worth it. Alright. Now, as far as the cargo racks, I really don't feel the need to have a lot of cargo in this ship. However, what I would like is a nice fuel scoop. So let's go ahead and grab a 4A fuel scoop. Actually, let's see how 4D affects our jump range. 4A is actually worth it. There we go. Now for these military compartments. Shield cell banks, module reinforcements, and hull reinforcements. What I am most likely to do, because we have power to spare here, is to slap a Class 4A shield bank in here. And let's talk about why. Let's take a look at our stats here. Oh, it's because that message is there. Go away. Alright, so shield health and armor health. This ship is more or less going to be a hull tank, so I want a little bit of shield reinforcement, but we're going to go for armor reinforcement on those other two. So here in these other two, I'm going to put in a 4D hull reinforcement. Now this is going to impact our jump range, of course. However, it's going to up our survivability a lot. So let's go ahead and slap those in there. And those are things that we're going to want to engineer as well. We can get back some jump range by dropping some mass on them. Planetary perch suite. We're waiting on our shield generator. Fuel scoop. I'm going to put a planetary vehicle hangar in here because I like my SRVs. Go ahead with that one. And of course, don't forget to buy your scarab. There we go. We're still sitting around 20 light years, so not terrible. But we still need to do our hard points. Now, this ship is unique in that it has all centerline hard points pretty much. So let's see what kind of weaponry we have available here. I like my burst lasers and my pulse lasers, so let's see. Yeah, no class 4, so what we're going to do... Or excuse me, all class 3s. I don't know why I thought that was class 4. I think I may actually transfer over that laser that we had in there, if it was a class 3. Nope, that was my actual... See, transferring over non-engineered lasers is not probably going to be worth it. Now, you can go with all fixed for this thing. However, I'm probably going to do this as turreted. So let's see what we got for pulse lasers. Okay, we'll do a 3E pulse laser. Cell old module. You could, of course, do some railguns or some plasma accelerators on here. Keep in mind, they're going to be kind of hard to hit with. Ah, yes, that's beautiful. And we'll do another one of those. So we're immediately just going to be rocking 2 gigantic guns along the center line of this ship. It's a little ridiculous. Now we've got a medium hardpoint and 3 small hardpoints. So I think what I'd like to do with these mediums is put a couple more pulse lasers on. But I probably want to do that on the small ones, so... Actually, I think I know what we're going to do. We're going to have to experiment with this build a little bit, but I think what I'm going to do is go for mostly lasers, and then we're going to put multi-cannons in all the small ones. So let's see. Could, of course, do a turreted one. I don't really see the point, though. And then 3 small hard points. Let's go ahead and do our multi-cannons, just for a little bit of hull destruction. It's been a while since I've used guns this small. I'm very much used to my Anaconda, but we could, of course, do annoying things like torpedoes as well, but, you know, fairly useless. Now, that weapon outfit did significantly affect our mass, so we have lost some jump range. Again, engineers. And, of course, our utility mats. Now, we only have 4 here, so I'm always partial to chaff. We could also go with a kill warrant scanner, although I need to talk about the nerfs to kill warrant scanners, and we'll probably get into that in another video. Now, you notice, remember, all the kill warrant scanners pretty much weigh the same. It's just a matter of integrity and range, so we have power to spare, and we're not going to be traveling very far in a combat ship. Shield boosters. This thing is not really a shield tank, so not a lot of point there. Heat sink launchers, we could use one. And there's not really a need to put anything in this last one, but if you want a manifest launcher or ECM, something like that, you could go ahead and put that in there, or you could pop a shield booster in there. I guess we could do that just for shits and giggles. We'll go ahead and put an A rate in there. And voila, except for waiting on our shield generator to get here, we're all done. So why don't we have a look at livery for this thing. I'm using the Covas Verity voice pack. Has some interesting paint jobs for this ship already. They're mostly the vibrants and the tacticals that you guys should all be familiar with. And of course, decals and everything like that. So let's just wait on our shield generator to get here, and then we can take this puppy for a spin. And just like that, through the magic of editing, here is our 6A shield generator. So let's go ahead and transfer that to the ship. There we go. Take a look at our option internals. There it is. Now, there was one other reason I really wanted to use that shield generator. If you look, and this is where you need to pay attention to your engineering, this normal shield generator, the regular 6A, one, it's 16 million credits. Why spend the money when I already have one? But two, it would take us over our max power plant capacity. So this is a win-win all around. Alright, so we have our ship fully outfitted here. Let's take it for a little quick spin and see how it does. Let's set our fire groups up here. And there we go. Now, as I noted when we first checked out this ship in the beta, it's incredibly maneuverable. And that does not appear to have changed at all. Helps if we put the landing gear up. That boost noise is just disgusting. So it looks like we're maxing out around 378, 380 on boost. Let's clear the no fire zone here and see how this thing does with heat.
Clear. We look forward to your return, Commander.
So we're going to be able to fire for pretty much ever. Yep. It appears to do just fine. And there is a conflict zone right here that we can jump into and have a little dogfight with it. Now, this is far from an optimized build, as you guys no doubt know from watching. Also not engineered hardly at all. There's a lot more work that can be put into this ship, and I'm going to work on that over the coming weeks, but as a baseline, this ship is fun to fly, and fills a nice little niche. Now, I'm really waiting for the crate to come out, but it's nice to have a new ship, even if the cockpit is the typical Lakon deal where it's a giant glass bubble, and I wish they would do something different. Faction. I like Republics. We'll take that one. And an eagle. Oh, this ought to be fun. Hello. Let's see about an asp, shall we? So we are actually going to run out of weapon energy. Whoa! Hey, buddy! How you doing with this railguns? However, once we get through the shields, we're going to be able to do some pretty significant damage. Now, the thing I'm looking forward to with this ship is the turn rate. You're just not going to outturn this thing from what I can see. Definitely could take the heat sinks off. We aren't really going to need them the way we have this thing currently spec'd. Where are you at? Those railguns are getting on my nerves. So yeah, guys, I think I like this. I definitely would change this build up a little bit. Keep in mind that this is a pure combat ship. We're not going to be traveling very far in this thing at all, which is perfectly fine. That's why most of us have our ASPs. So yeah, if you found this helpful, useful, if you have your own suggestions on build, if you hate fighting ASPs with railguns as much as I do, especially ones that seem to like to ram you, let me know in the comment section down below. My name has been Dimebot. I will see you guys next time.